Good morning, everyone, and welcome to my second video on swing trading journey. Yesterday was my very first video, or Sunday was my very first video, and I set up my first trade, which played out yesterday. It was quite an exciting day on the market. It sort of moved down pre-market, had me in quite a lot of profits, and then ripped up into the open, and then continued to rip up. Putting my position way out of the money at one stage, about £130, which is quite a significant portion of my account, given that I'm only starting with £766. But then, fortunately, I was able to sort of, hold on in the way that I'd planned, and the market did sell off again. And tested on the S&P 500 at least those June lows. Now things have changed a little. So my initial plan was to really hold it all the way down to that new level of 10,050 on the NASDAQ. But because, as you can see here on the S&P 500, we tested these June lows, rallied off those June lows once, back tested, and again couldn't break down. And if we look at the hourly charts, you'll see that there's a price making sort of lower lows through here, and yet bullish divergence on the RSI. So price is coming down, making new lows. We've got a lower low here, lower low here than we have here, and yet the momentum is higher here than it is here, and we're at support. And this tells me that there's a high probability that we're going to rally from this position. I don't think we're going to rally too much. I can't imagine a huge move to the upside, largely just because of the fundamentals. Market sentiment is pretty bad. We haven't had a massive spike in the VIX, meaning that it's likely a signal a bottom hasn't been quite reached yet. But short term, I'm thinking we may have sort of hit our lower target. And markets really they try to trap as many people as possible. So my guess is that the market is going to try and make it look like we found a double bottom, and that will often push people into going long on positions, trying to look for a really significant move up, perhaps even going to new highs. And then just at that inflection point where everyone's super bullish, that's when I suspect we'll head back down again. So in terms of profits and losses, well, yesterday my balance was 766. It's now 859. I was able to take some profits down at some lower levels before noticing this bullish divergence and flipping long. You'll see I'm long now. It's just in the money by about £20 or so. I'm not going to have a massive target for this. All I'm going to do is target yesterday's highs at around about 11,470. So if I just go to my NASDAQ chart, that's where this trade is. Okay, you can see there's this sort of short-term downtrend that comes off these highs here when the CPI print came out. It's not really a proper trend yet. You really need three connections with the trend line for it to be a trend. It's not really a trend yet, so I don't put very much weight on this. But nonetheless, I think we're going to rally today, a turnaround Tuesday. And where are we going to rally to? Difficult to say. We could rally right up to this major trend line. Okay, so that's right the way up here at 12,000, sort of, by the time we get here, it's going to go this way. So, 12,400, 12,500, we could rally right up there. At that point, people will start thinking that the market's turned, it's made a double bottom, we're on the way up, we'd have broken through these resistance levels. But I'm not sure we're going to get all the way up there. So I'm not going to hang on for that trade. I'm going to go for yesterday's highs and then see what happens there. Maybe close the position and flip long again if the divergences tell us that's the thing to do. But I think today is a day for being a little bit nimble. Slightly disappointed in myself in that my plan was to hold this swing trade, but I can't ignore the bullish divergence on the hourly. I can't ignore the fact that we were at major supports, particularly on the S&P. And of course, I'm trading the NASDAQ, which is the tech market. But if the S&P rallies hard, then the NASDAQ's also going to rally, because big components of that are the FANG stocks, Facebook, Apple, Netflix, Google, and other, Microsoft and Intel and other big components of the NASDAQ are also big components of the S&P 500. So if the one market is rallying, then the chances are both are going to rally. And although we didn't reach the June support here on the NASDAQ, we did reach it on the S&P 500, and I think that's why we're bouncing. So how much we rally, I don't really know, but I think we rally today. Okay, so just to take a quick look at my profit and loss, I'll share this with you every day. So this is my opening balance, 766 yesterday, made £93. So that's a 12% increase in the account balance in a day, which is pretty good by anyone's standards. But of course, that's only happening because it was so highly leveraged and it's such a small account size, and all of those profits can disappear very quickly. Remember, at one stage yesterday, I was down £130, and I just managed to close it in profit. So I'm going to keep track of my trades, sort of keep a little journal. And this was yesterday's, and today I've flipped long, and let's see what happens. I've got a fairly short stop in, so I really can't lose too much money. I can only lose, I think £25 or something on this trade. Maybe that's a little close. I might well get stopped out and then it rushes up. I could even get stopped out before the market opens, but we'll have to see on that one. Okay, thanks everyone. I've got not much else to say at this point. I'm still looking for that big leg down, but I don't think it comes quite yet. That's going to be my big trade. I think I was jumping the gun getting in there on Sunday. The bullish divergence and the support we've reached on the S&P 500 seems to be holding. So it's not a good time to stay short. Whether it's a good time to get long in this kind of market environment, I don't know. So I have quite low sort of credence on this, and so my position size is quite small. My trade on the way down was 85 pence per point on the NASDAQ. My trade on the way up is only 55 pence. So yeah, I'm sort of managing my risk because my trust in it isn't quite so high. Okay, thanks everyone. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you tomorrow morning.